Good morning, everyone, from the Broom along Glasgow, and here we are on a very dry, beautiful skies. Again, look at those textures, absolutely amazing. Those who joined me today, and just really quite an amazing sky, light breaking through. As I said yesterday, anything could happen. Indeed, I think is quite interesting. So good morning. Hope you're all doing well today. I had a really lovely experience dancing today. It's funny because I had one wish to dance for. It was a massive one. My friend emailed me and she's like, "Can you dance for truth and for the peace that's needed for the conflict that comes from revealing the truth?" And I thought, oh, that's not big at all. So I'm like, it's like solving all the world's problems. I'm like, I need to, oh God, I only had this morning to do it. And so is Dad. So I kind of was meditating on this morning, and I was thinking about this thing, what is truth? And for me, very strongly connected into that word truth is this thing about authenticity. And of course the word the authenticity for me is this thing about authoring your own life, authoring your own existence, and that's a very powerful and a creative thing. And I think to be authentic means to be in touch with the core of who you are, and it takes a lot of bravery to do that. And I was thinking, well, in terms of if there is, and then I was thinking about, in terms of the spaces I've been in that have had great conflict, be it in my own personal life or in Sri Lanka, or when I've worked in the various ghettos in the world, and conflict that I've seen. And it's this thing about, there's something about, it's like, how I see it is, okay, so you've got the truth, you've got authenticity, and that's that core thing. And then around it, we build these kinds of pretensions. It's a pretense. And the more that I do this practice, because for me, in this particular instance, and for me being authentic is dancing every morning. That's the only thing that I know to be true for myself, that I need to do this every morning, that this is something is completely natural to me and is completely honest within the context of who I am. And that's my story. That's me authoring my existence. And so it's really funny, because sometimes when I'm running down, I'm getting in touch with nature, and I'm thinking about, God, the sky has been here forever, and this river is ancient, and it's been here much longer than I have, and it will go on much longer than I do. And I start seeing all these built structures, almost like when my little nephew plays with his Matchbox cars and builds his block, but on a bigger level. It's like sometimes I feel like we're playing house a bit in the world within the context, but the stakes are real, because it's dealing within the context of human emotion and things like this. And I thought, there are plenty of examples of the world of ghost towns, which I've been to some, and then there are the pyramids, and there are civilizations where the physical structures are no longer, and that kind of brings another kind of sense to this physical experience, and the pretense of what, the things that we create, and why we create them, and why we manage them. It's like I said yesterday with my friend who's going in trouble with her within the context of a relationship, that when we sometimes we don't realize that we're in a dysfunctional relationship, and releasing all of that can be extremely chaotic and extremely painful, to release the pretension of our lives, all the pretense, all the false structures that we've placed around ourselves that are not real, is tremendously. No wonder there's conflict, no wonder there's chaos, and we try and grab hold of those things because at least it's had some sense of stability. But things change and all the rest. So these are thoughts. I don't have it exactly yet, but something like this. And so that was really interesting, because I was dancing here, and I was thinking about that. It was amazing experience. where I was dancing and I was listening to this chanting kind of music, and I was thinking about this whole thing of authoring one's life and really wishing the strength and the clarity for people to have to be able to live their own truth and author their own lives. And above me was the most unbelievable circle of birds. No other birds in the sky, but above me, hundreds of birds just circling in this great big swirly patterns above my head. Absolutely unbelievable. And there was another thought that I had with that. It's just amazing when that stuff happens. You're like, oh, it was amazing. It just lifted my spirit, and it brought me to another space in my dance entirely. And I thought, in terms of this whole thing of authoring one's existence, there's an important aspect to that sometimes, I think, that we forget, and that is generosity. And the word generous derives from the word genus, which seems to have in lots of different languages the origin of the word to birth or to be born. And I think that there is tremendous strength in being born. You know, the baby comes out, we try something, it's ultimately very fragile, but hugely strong to withstand that process of being born into the world. And I think that's a metaphoric thing as well as a physical thing within the context of our lives. And so I think in terms of when sometimes we forget that when we're authoring our own existence, when we start getting in touch with that, or I do, that we need to remember to be generous with other people who are equally trying on one level or another to find that space of authenticity, and to recognize their strength but also their vulnerability and how human that is. Because in terms of, if I think about the big picture of life, and I think about, my God, you know, pick a conflict, any conflict, I cannot solve that. I can't. But I can bring authenticity and generosity to my own experience, and ultimately I think that makes a massive difference, actually. So that's my thought for the day. So I did do that dance, and it was great. It was great. So I'm going to turn the camera around now to Jude, who joined me today, which was fabulous. Again, if you've got any wishes at all, email me, pass me a note, tell them to me, whatever, and I will dance them. Hello, Jude.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm kind of sleepy, but I'm well.
It's nice having you down here.
Thank you very much. It was nice to be here. Yeah, I guess lots of sensations, maybe more than thoughts. A pulsing in my finger, and a heat from my hip, and a space in the cold between me and the people that were going to work, and the feeling of the dance as I walk, and the walking here as much as the being here, being part of the process of it. And the wish that I gave you yesterday, or that I asked for yesterday, how I try for myself to embody that. And this is for the centenary of International Women's Day.
Yes, you all remember me telling you about that yesterday. It was Jude's wish I danced for.
So yeah, something about taking responsibility for our own wishes. It feels easier, I think, often to give away the thing, or to ask for the thing, to something outside ourselves. And something about honouring and being responsible for your own wishes.
That ties in very nicely to my reflection on authoring today, for today. See this? You see the synchronicity? It's amazing. Oh, because that was two people came and spoke to me today. Some people came and spoke to you too. And one guy said, he was going by, I said, good morning. He said, oh, I really look forward to seeing your dances. I wish I could do that. And that fit very much into this whole thing about authoring your own story. So I danced for that for him as well. And another, Paul, who's one of my regulars from last last time when I was here a year ago, has stopped by, and he was saying he's going to stop by and he's going to start dancing with us, which is great. He works just over there, so that was awesome. He said, "Do I have to listen to your music?" I was like, "No." He's like, "My dancing is very different from yours." And as I've said before, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Right? I don't want you to do my dance. I'm doing my dance. I've got it covered. Okay, it's good. Alright, anyway, so have a good day. See you tomorrow, sunrise. Bye!